welcome back to yoga class. This is Lindsay McDougall to teach you yoga today. So we're going to start in child's pose and have a block, have a strap, and for this child's pose we're going to take our blanket. And if you don't have a strap, find a towel, or you can use a book or a box or something that helps. So we're going to roll this this blanket into a little bolster here. I just took the normal fold and rolled it up. And then knees wide, seat to heels. We're going to place that blanket with a slight bend at our abdomen over the tops of the thighs. And then we're going to come forward into our child's pose. So this is going to help to open up the back body, the side ribs, the sacrum, the thighs. And then extending the arms out, you can have soft elbows or elongated arms, and bring the forehead to the mat. And then from here, begin to extend the breath, inhaling and lengthening the chest to the mat. Exhaling, drawing those shoulder blades down the back, and engaging those outer shoulders a bit. And notice in this constriction areas in which you can expand the breath into the back, into the pelvis. And try and sink the hips heavier, the forehead heavier. And then come up halfway. Press the blanket even further into the crease. And see if you can elongate your chest out even more, so that it comes just a little bit more forward and over the bolster. And breathe and exhale. Again, rolling those outer shoulders down, biceps towards the ceiling, even in a soft elbow here. Coming with integrity in the upper back. Good. Take another couple breaths in this posture, coming to your intention today, really grounding fully into the body. You've taken this time separate from your activities to really center yourself, get to know your body again, use your body again. And find that intention, that prayer, that gratitude in your heart that really feels this lifts you up, smile in your heart. As my old teacher would say, imagine there's a smile inside of your heart. A little cheesy, but it does the trick. And then from here, come up to hands and knees, drop that blanket, place it to the side, and draw the knees together. We'll come into some twists here. So open up the left arm to the ceiling. And then exhale, thread the needle, bring the shoulder blade underneath, left arm threads under the right arm, and then drop the head to the mat, the ear and the top of the shoulder making contact. And then the right arm is next to the face, pressing the right shoulder into a twist here. If you like, you can take that right arm around the waist and place it at top of the left thigh. Maybe even lifting the right leg behind you. Or just staying here, getting into this neck, getting into the ear and top of the shoulder. And exhale, unwind. Coming back to tabletop. Inhale, extend the chest. Exhale, curl the back. Inhale, neutral spine. Lift the abdomen, open up the right arm to the right, reaching for the ceiling, and then exhale, thread the needle, dropping the right shoulder to the mat, ear and top of the shoulder to the mat, and then the left arm presses the left shoulder open for this nice twist. Options here, if you feel balanced and good, you can take that left arm around the back to the top right thigh, maybe even lifting the left leg. Feel the gravity into the neck and the shoulder area. Notice the breath. Good. Exhale, unwind. And walk the hands out in front for puppy pose. Bring the knees together. So from normal tabletop, you're going to reach your hands forward about a foot or so, maybe more. And then keeping the hips raised above the knees in a 90-degree angle. Drop the chest, drop the head, and keep the hips not in a child's pose where they're bent all the way back, but straight up and down, where the head and chest can kind of hammock in between the knees and hands. So really feel that, enjoy. You can drop the forehead, you can bring the chin to the mat, or if you're super flexible, you can even bring the chest to the mat. And again, with each one, you're going to roll those biceps towards the ceiling. You're going to extend and pull in the lower ribs and press the hips back. So good warm up, shoulder opener, chest opener. And then exhale, walk yourself slowly back to tabletop. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, pull the abdomen in, curl the tailbone, look at the umbilicus, belly button. Inhale, shoulders down the back, lift the chest. Reach the gaze upwards in between the eyebrows. And then exhale, curl all of that in. And then start to move fluidly with the inhales, extension. And with the exhales, pulling everything back. And moving side to side with the hips, looking one way, around to the back other way. Moving in circles. Really opening up the chest, the low ribs, the low back, the shoulders, the armpits. Reversing directions. Getting in touch with our bodies, so only you know exactly what places feel sleepy or sticky. Getting some more movement, some more prana. And then come to neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Press back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Bring one heel to the mat and then the other. Really getting heavy in the heels. And then bring your feet up about 6 inches or so to a shortened down dog. So super short, so the feet are completely touching the mat. And then elbows come to the Point towards the floor, biceps roll towards the ceiling. Widen that outer rib cage next to the shoulder blades. And then press back. Can you feel this into your calves? Keeping the abdomen lifted, inner thighs rolling back. Good, and then walk the feet out for your normal down dog where it's a little bit of lift to the heels. It's a little elongated here. Good, inhale. Reach that right leg all the way back, three-legged dog. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Reach the toes over to the left. And then exhale, square the hip off, bend the knee towards the right elbow, hold and hover. And then tick-tock, left elbow, right elbow, left elbow, right elbow, and back to three-legged dog. Sweep the right leg forward again, drop the left knee. Let's come into a low crescent here, grabbing opposite elbows. Lift the chest, drop the hips. Breathe through. Can you elongate the back of the neck and the head? At the same time, getting a little deeper into the hips. And exhale, frame the right leg, wiggle that right heel out in front of you for Ardha Hanumanasana. Getting into this hamstring a bit. Be careful not to round your back here. So this is just a little visit, warm up. Lengthen the front of the body. Pull the hips back while the chest reaches. And then engage that quadricep to really get into the calf and the hamstring. Good. And then take your hands inside the right leg. Pop the hips up. And you can come to plank here. Maybe drop the hips, knees, and make our way to a high cobra here. A low cobra if you have tightness in your back, or pressing to a high cobra, keeping those hip points touching the mat. Extend and reach. Exhale, elbows in, untuck the toes. Come back to child's pose. And downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Lengthen the breath. Inhale, lift that left leg. Open it up, bend the knee. Reach the toes to the right. It's a nice hip opener. And then we're going to exhale, square off that hip. Bend the knee towards the chest and come forward, bringing that knee to touch the tricep or elbow. And then it's going to swing to the right elbow and the left elbow and the right elbow. The left elbow again. And exhale all the way back to three-legged dog. And then keep the left leg lifted. Pull it forward again. Bring it to behind the left wrist. Drop that right knee. Low crescent. Let's grab elbows the weird way. Opposite elbows. Sink the hips. Outer shoulders forward. Back of the neck long. Centering the breath into the low abdomen while we extend and open the chest. And you get a little longer in the crown of the head as you sink the hips. One more breath. Exhale, frame the left foot, wiggle that heel forward. Little visit in Ardha Hanuman, monkey king. Inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the quadricep. Engage that left leg. Slight rolling down of the inner thigh and the inner knee. And then exhale, bring the hands inside of the foot and make your way to your vinyasa. So you can swing that left leg back around to plank. And then chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga, folks, look forward, elbows into the waist. Roll those shoulders back as you lift the chest. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg long. Exhale, sweep it forward to the right elbow. Drop it to the right wrist. Bring that knee to the left wrist, hovering. Lift it to the left elbow and back. Then, holding at the right elbow, bring the left inner instep to the mat, and then swing that right leg to the left, opening up into Vashisthasana with the right leg lifted. Of course, you can drop the leg, but it's more fun for the core with it lifted. Level 3 can take the big toe and hold, which I think is even easier, holding the foot out. And then pull that knee in, three-legged dog, squaring the hips. Exhale, find your down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it towards the left elbow. Hovering the whole time, drop the knee to the wrist. Knee comes over to the right wrist, not touching the ground. Comes up to the right elbow. And back to the left elbow. Instep of the back leg, comes down to the mat. Open up to Vashisthasana on the left. Hover that left leg underneath you. Or drop it. Or take the right arm, peace fingers around the big toe, and press the foot away. Always lifting the hips. Then exhale. Pull the knee in, square off, take a three-legged dog, drop the foot, let's come forward to plank, take the vinyasa here. And let's walk the hands back to the feet. You can take the hands behind the calves or peace fingers to the big toes. And we'll come to a forward bend, elbows wide if you have the toe hold. Drop the head. Say yes or no with the head, just releasing the neck a bit. And then squeeze the quadriceps up. Widen the sits bones. Or if you're super bendy and your sits bones are pretty open and flexible, maybe draw the sits bones in a little bit to be more square, parallel. So letting the upper body be completely soft here. Take another breath in this posture. Inhale, come halfway up, and take the next level. So sweep the palm of the hand underneath the foot, with the toes kind of coming up the wrist. If you had the toe hold the first time. If you were holding your calves, try reaching for the toes. You can keep a bend in the knee. And then, regardless of where you are, elbows come out to the side, strong legs, lifted hips. And then really tuck into this, tucking the chin, rounding the upper body towards the legs. Let everything dump out of the head and neck. Good. And then inhale, release. Look forward, walk the hands to the top of your mat. Inhale, back into down dog. Exhale, bend the knees. And hop or step, 2 big steps to the top of your mat. We'll come to a halfway. Hands on shins. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, sweeping all the way up. Tuck the tailbone, reach the arms high. And exhale, come to your mountain pose. Palms face to the front of your mat. Roll the shoulder heads back. So that shoulder head is the deltoid. Make sure that's engaging with the scapula. Rolling towards the center of the chest and down, center of the back rather, and down the back. And then feel the weight in your feet and make sure you're reaching every single toe. Instep is heavy. Outer edge of the feet is heavy. Really grounding, imagining roots coming from the toes going into the earth. Good. We'll come into Surya Namaskar seat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Back bend here. Exhale, take a clasp with the hands as you roll the shoulders up and over the head in a forward bend. Inhale, place the hands, right leg back. Low lunge here. Drop the right knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, come into child's pose, both feet back. Inhale, come forward, knees, chest, chin. High cobra or up dog. Exhale, come back to down dog. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Drop the left knee. Inhale, low crescent here. Exhale, frame the right foot, pop the left to the top of the mat. Take the grasp with the hands, roll the shoulders up and over. And then inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale down. Take this again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Strong glutes. Exhale, forward fold, grab the hands, roll the shoulders up and over. Inhale, look forward, release the grip. Right foot back. Drop that right knee. Inhale, low lunge here. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, squeeze the body forward through the arms up into your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Drop the left knee. Low lunge here. Exhale, frame the right foot. Bring the left to meet it. Grab hands, rolling shoulders up and over. And then inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale down. Good. Let's come into Surya Namaskar B. Inhale. Sit back into your chair. Squeeze the thighs. Reach the arms. Get really into the core here. Core and glutes are the power here. Squeeze those thighs, sit back a little bit deeper. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, place the hands, come to plank or chaturanga. Moving through your up dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg back. Scoop it forward to the right wrist, left heel down. Let's come to warrior one here. And this time bend the right elbow. Grab the right elbow with the left hand. Pulling that elbow in towards the right side of the head. And then bend the back knee so that you can press the outer edge of the heel back, kind of opening up this left hip. And then gently turn both shoulders towards the right knee as you come into the full posture. Good. Inhale, release the arms. Exhale, open up to warrior two. I'm adjusting my feet so that the front of my heel is intersected with the back arch. Curl the back body underneath you as you open up the inner thighs and the groin. Can you bend the right knee even more as you lift the chest? Opening up the arms. And then take a look back at your back arm. Is it going all the way back to the left side of your mat? Is it straight on? Can you find a nice medium here? Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes around the waist, left arm by the ear. Right arm by the ear, left arm behind the waist. And then exhale. Take your right elbow to the knee, left arm tracks across the horizon towards the face. And then, for those of you who have a block handy or want to take this into a deeper place, drop that hand to inside the right foot. And again, curl that right hip under as you spiral the chest towards the ceiling. Get heavy in that back heel. Good. And then inhale, come to warrior two. Reverse. And exhale, pinwheel the arms to frame the right foot. Take a vinyasa here. Leaning back and down dog. Lengthen the body out. Notice the difference between the sides of the body. Inhale, lift the left leg. Scoop it forward to the left wrist. Right heel down. Bring it out to the right a little bit so it's not crossed behind the left. Open up to standing. Bend that left elbow. Grab it with the right arm. Right hand. And then bend the back leg to really ground outside the right heel. And then as you bend the front leg, that's when the shoulders are going to come squared to the front. How's the breath here? Can you sink into that back heel as well as get a little deeper in the left leg? Last breath. Exhale, open up to warrior two. bring that right foot behind the left heel, bending into the left knee, lifting up through Mula Bandha, the root lock. Look back at that back hand, make sure it's over top the right ankle. And then can you sink into it deeper, but also be lifting the chest? Looking over that left middle finger. Good. And exhale or inhale, coming to a reverse warrior. Right hand comes around the waist. I like that because then you can get a little more leverage for the left side bend. And exhale, hinge forward, bring the left elbow to the left knee. I'm going to walk my stance in a little bit so my knee's over top my ankle. And then right arm comes horizontally across to meet with the face. Pull the glutes in, engage the core. Bring your hand to a block or the floor inside of your left foot. Lengthen. Glutes, glutes, glutes. Outer heel. And open up to warrior two. Sink back to surrendered warrior. And then take a nice vinyasa here. Plank pose. Lift the abdomen, strong legs. Pull the belly button towards the thumbs. Elbows back. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Lift the right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Left heel down, warrior two. Open up. This time we're going to work our way to somewhat of a bind. So inhale, hinge forward over that right leg. Bring the right arm down inside the foot. Left arm can come up perpendicular. Maybe this is where you stay, but if you want to come with me for the bind, walk that back heel in so you really have traction. The back leg's going to be your rudder here. So gluing that outer right shoulder to the inner knee, wrap the bicep, upper arm underneath the hamstring, and then the back of the hand is going to karate chop up towards the glute. The left arm comes around behind the waist, and then that right arm is going to grab the left wrist, or fingers, or whatever you can catch, and then pull the abdomen in, bend the right knee, revolve the chest with this hold. When we do a bind like this, our breath can become constrained some. So can you really ground into those feet, make more room for the breath, lengthen the chest, the head. Those who are comfortable here, let's extend the right leg for a bound triangle. If this is too much for you or you lose your balance, come to regular triangle. Those in the bound triangle, you're still holding that left fingertips, left wrist, and you're again rolling the chest open. Squeeze the inner thighs, the right inner thigh down. Good. And then release the bind if you had it. Those in triangle can bend the right knee. And let's come into half moon. So balancing on the right leg, hop up, bringing that right hand out to the right from the pinky toe, and then spiraling the chest. And then if you're feeling that any constraints, what I like to do is open my arm up to around and over so that it's next to my left ear, and both arms are lifting towards the ground. So a little modification. Instead of left arm up, right arm down, and bringing both arms to the ground, and then using my left glute to bring my left hip on top of my right, and then just getting a nice stretch and opening in the obliques, in the glutes. Good, and exhale, gently bend the right knee. Open up the arms, step way, way back to our warrior two. Whew, almost made it. Reverse your warrior. And let's take a vinyasa here. Spiraling down, plank pose, strong legs, strong core. Elbows in. High cobra or up dog. And we'll meet back in down dog. So I'm really feeling a difference in my right to left side. So let's get moving on the left. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to the left wrist. Right heel down, open up to warrior two. So my front heel is intersecting the back arch, and I'm really grounding into that back heel. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, come forward, coming into, again, the side angle, except the left arm's going to come straight to the ground, or block. The upper shoulder is going to be glued to that inner left knee. And then get low, wrap that arm underneath the hamstring, and then karate chop up the back of the hand so that it can catch the right fingertips, wrists, what have you. And then once you find that grab, optional here, you're going to sink into that, lengthen out the legs, make room for the breath, open up the chest, come into your revolve. Really bring that outer right hip open. Left hip is grounding down and back. And then you can walk that back heel in again, or simply straighten the left leg into triangle. So whether you have a grab or not, come into triangle. Lengthen the hamstring of the left leg, inner thigh, moving down. If you have the grab, see if you can engage the quads and bring that torso closer to the leg. And eventually open up the arms, lose the grab, and let's come into our half moon. Bending the left knee, right hand on the hip or not. Left hand comes outside the pinky toe, 45 degrees. And we're opening up the chest, revolving. And if you like, you can bring the right arm down next to the ear for more of a extension and stretch of the right obliques. But as I'm doing this, I'm conscious of my left hip moving back and my right glute pulling my right hip over the left. Like there's a string to my butt cheek moving towards the right. Okay, so find that nice side stretch. And then exhale, bend the left knee gently. Reach the right leg all the way back. Open the arms to warrior two. Woohoo, we got there. Open up, surrender the warrior. Exhale, let's find vinyasa. Good, let's take a child's pose from there, bend the knees. Bring the hips back. Drop the head. You can keep the arms out in front of you, or if you like, you can bring them to inside your heels. On your low back. Slow the breath down a little bit. Good. And then inhale. Let's come to seated. Bringing the left leg out in front, right knee is bent with the right heel by the left knee is bent. The left knee and that foot is bent towards the right hip. So we'll come into crane pose. So have a strap if you have trouble reaching your foot, or just grab the foot if you're a little more flexible. If you have a strap, it's going to go around the ball of the foot. And then as you pull the legs straight, lengthen out from the heel, wrap the shoulders back as you lift the chest. Good. It's a nice change. And then exhale, bend that knee and switch sides. So right knee bend with the right heel towards the left hip. And then extend that left leg, grabbing the ball of the foot. And the tendency here is to kind of round the upper back and let the shoulders kind of lose contact with the back body and just wrap forward. So instead of that, what I'm asking is to pull those outer shoulders towards the back body, flattening the shoulder blades down and in. And really what that, instead of it coming from the back body, that lift and that length is going to come from the chest, the pecs, as you bring the foot closer to the face. Good. Exhale down. Let's come to cow face pose. Stacking knees. The left knee is going to come on top of the right knee. I'm going to use the heel of my hand to press the knees together. And then rest my sits bones down. So obviously the right sits bone is going to feel more in contact, but if your left sits bone is really hanging up in the air, it really can't ground down, then put a blanket or some kind of contact for the left hip. Okay, and then let's take Gomukhasana arms, bringing right elbow back, and you can hold the right elbow with your, oh my gosh, I'm dyslexic today. The left elbow is bent, and then the right hand is going to bring that elbow by the ear, and this may be your version of Gomukhasana. If you want to take the strap in your left hand down the back, and then grab the strap, or grab the fingers, and then come into the full, here I'll revolve and show you what I mean. So you can either use the strap for this, and grab the strap, or if you have the finger grab, go ahead and do that. And then from here, lean forward. So you're going to feel a nice stretch in the left the left hip, low back, and maybe you come all the way forward. And breathing into the low abdomen. Good. Soften the face. Soften the feet. Last breath. And exhaling, release the grab or the strap. And then lean back, both knees up, and then let's cross the right knee on top of the left knee, pressing. I'm using the heel of my hand, it helps me to kind of press those knees together. And then take, if your right hip is just hanging in the air, it's not quite grounded, then grab some kind of a bolster there. And then let's take this to the right. So right elbow bends, left arm pulls that elbow in. And this is really great. You're already getting all the benefits of the posture. And you can stay in this for your Gomukhasana. If you want to take that left hand behind the back to grab the right fingertips or the strap, and go ahead. And then take a deep breath. And then exhale, moving forward. Just noticing what's different on this side. How can I bring more peace, fluidity, open heart, calm mind? Relaxing the face, the feet. Take the last breath here. Good. And exhale, release the bind. If you have it, release the elbow. And lean back, let's come to our backs. Knees up, heels in towards the glutes. And then hands by your sides. Lift the chest up and roll the upper arm underneath of you. And then inhale, press into the heels, lift the hips. Take fingertips and make a grasp underneath the sacrum, and we'll press up into our bridge. So it starts in the quads, parallel quads, strong hip lift, glutes are slightly engaged, and then moving up into the chest, up into the tops of the shoulders. And the neck and the chin are released here as the weight comes to the tops of the shoulders. Can you lift a little higher with the hips? Try a little bit more. And exhale, rolling down. Take windshield wiper legs, or extend the legs, and we'll do this again. If you had the clasp, maybe this time you bring the hands underneath the heels. So tuck the tail, lift the hips, roll those shoulders underneath. I'm going to take my fingertips under my heels, or even walk my heels into the palm of my hand. And then press the hips up. The closer your shoulder blades are pinned under the chest, the more chest opening you'll have. So bring that extension into the side ribs, even the fronts of the arms and the biceps. But still not losing that touch with your quads, which are the powerhouse. Last breath. Exhale, roll down, and windshield wiper the knees. Good. And then let's take the right knee into the chest and hold it in. Giving it a squeeze, left leg is long. And then bringing that left hand to the right knee. Right arm comes out to the side. Pull that knee over to the left. Coming into a twist here. So the left hand can be on top of the knee. And just let everything fall over to the left. Although you want to make sure that the shoulder blades are somewhat set up so that the right isn't hanging so much in the air. It's okay if it does, but looking over to that right hand if you can. And inhale back up. Give that right knee a squeeze. And switch sides. Left knee in. Right leg long. Nice release after the binds. And then track that knee over past your torso, over to the right. And then open up the left arm. And just let everything fall to the right, but then adjust the shoulders so that you can look over that left shoulder, left arm if you can. And let the breath guide the relaxation of the low back, abdomen, the chest. Back to center. Pull that left knee in, give it a squeeze. And then from here you can give both legs a squeeze, rocking side to side, or moving into happy baby. And making our way to Shavasana. Once you feel complete, you can do Shavasana with the knees up, kind of knocking together. Or Baddha Konasana, the cobblers with the heels together, knees wide. Another option, or just traditional Shavasana with the legs out straight. So yogi's choice. Another option, if you're feeling it, is to place a block under the hips or legs up the wall. So closing the eyes. Bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the upper teeth. Let's give a big inhale. And exhale, release. One more like that. Inhaling. And exhale, release. Relax the whole body, letting the arms be soft, palms face up, the legs loose. succumbing to our body, the form, the weight. Drawing in nice breaths. Really relaxing everything in the body, but particularly the face, particularly the muscles around the eyes, the cheeks, the sides of the mouth, the sides of the nose, the jaw, back of the head. All of those muscles that get a lot of use. Retracting deep into the chest, all of the sensory awareness. So it's almost as if you have forgotten to smile. That smile is more inside the heart. Hold behind the veil, deep in the body. Coming to an observing stance, watching yourself breathe and rest in this way. Letting yourself be breathed rather than the one doing the breathing. Relaxing everything in the body. The abdomen, the diaphragm, back body, the front body. Creating comfort in the stillness. Embracing stillness. Allowing any sounds to reverberate and become incorporated. Moving through, but not getting caught anywhere. Complete surrender. Empty the mind. Focus on the breath. Feel ready. You can either stay in this pose or begin to move a little bit, coming over to your side, resting on your side before coming seated. me. LOKAH SAMASTAH SUKHINO BHAVANTU. LOKAH SAMASTAH SUKHINO BHAVANTU. May it be so. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Namaste.